Hey guys, welcome to another news breakdown here on Soto Pop. Alright, as always, I'm your host, the Frozen Stratos, and before we get started today, I just wanted to mention that each of us here at Soto Pop are standing in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. In the description down below will be links to where you can go help support. You can sign petitions, you can donate money if you can, and also if you're not standing in support of the Black Lives Matter movement and are somehow for racial injustice, then you do not belong here, you do not deserve to consume this content, and I welcome you to absolutely unsubscribe and unfollow us on Twitter. Because once again, you're not welcome here. Get fucked. Anyways, guys, we've got some news to talk about as it relates to Soto. So I'm turning the music back on, and we are talking about the Humagear this week. That's what they revealed, and not Ikazuchi for some reason. We'll get to possibly, you know, some speculation from my end as to why, but let's just dive right into what we know about this Humagear. So, you know, obviously they're doing the option sticker thing. There's no way around it. I mean, it would have been nice to have an extra head, but these are just option stickers, as far as I can tell. Once again, we are seeing the Guardian mold, and if you've known me for any amount of time, you'll know that this is my absolute favorite mold. I'm so happy to see this in the spotlight once again. The first time it didn't have wrist swivels. The second time, once it was Kikai, it did have wrist swivels, but no swappable hands. But now, this time, they do have swappable hands that you can see here. And also, alternatively, since Kikai never got swappable hands, he never got open hands, you can now give him open hands and use the sticker from his extra you know, or you buy an extra Kikai and use the stickers for the... Anyway, you can do that. I think I might, but, you know, that's something you can do. Another thing to mention here is that for the eye stickers, they are a bit larger this time around. Or, well, I guess we haven't really had these before, but for this figure specifically, if you'll know in the show, they're not like this blue, they're not this strikingly blue, but to make it look activated, they decided that they wanted to have these look a little bit more lit up. But really, that's about it for talking about this Humagear. This is the first generation Humagear. I didn't say that at the top, but this is the first generation, and, you know, if this were any other mold, I would have said, hey, this raises our chances of getting all the generations in between, but this is a reused mold. But, I mean, that's not a bad thing, because this does allow them to put it all in one box. They did say that, you know, they did mention that, oh yeah, you're really stretching the budget here by putting, you know, two halves into one box. But the thing is, this is a mold reuse, and they were able to get away with it that way. And it costs less on their end, apparently. It must cost a whole lot to get these cast, or, you know, get these molds made, more so than it is to produce, like, you know, the actual plastic material cost. So that's pretty interesting. I'm glad we're getting it all in one go. But yeah, once again, no Ikazuchi, strangely enough, because what we saw, this is from AI09, but this, we didn't finish up AI08, and we already know it's going to be Ikazuchi. I'm of two minds here. Either they're waiting for something in the show to happen once it comes back in, like, I think 2 weeks. They're waiting for something in the show to happen until they reveal it, or it might not be done, potentially. I'm not sure which one. And, you know, it could go either way. There isn't a lot of evidence on my end to support that it's not prepared yet, but I don't know, something could have gone wrong in between, because AI07 is a very small wave. If you remember, it only has 3 figures in that wave, and suddenly we have, like, 5 figures in this one. It feels like he got shifted over somehow, but I'm not, you know, these are unsubstantiated claims. That's just speculation on my end. But yeah, speaking about things that we technically shouldn't be seeing yet, let's talk about Birth. And why do I say we shouldn't be seeing this? Well, because this is actually, usually they don't allow them to show off product, you know, specifically from Chronicle, specifically from Premium Bandai, that isn't, you know, close to releasing yet. It is almost, you know, the pre-orders are almost over, and I think at this point they are over, but they don't typically allow them to talk about it this early. The only reason they are able to is because they're so far into production and the colors and all that stuff are close enough to where they feel comfortable telling us about it. There are some color differences that are going to be noted throughout this and that they are working on, and we'll talk about them as we go through this. First off, they didn't give us too much new information. They went over the MABS once again, and that is the clear ABS plastic they're using on all the capsule parts on the body. Now, there are capsule parts on the weapons and stuff that didn't get this treatment, which is fine, but every piece on the body that I've seen, well, I guess outside of the belt, is getting this MABS treatment. Another thing here that they mentioned, or at least sort of showed off, was that the hands on the sprues, like, there are tons of them. We knew about each of these options before, but we never really got shown the sprue, and I wanted to show it off. Another thing here, oh boy, they showed off the weapons. And you know what? These are pre-production stickers. I'm gonna forgive it for now, but they did say they were close enough into production that this might be, I don't know, man, this doesn't look good. I'm not happy about how this looks, but whatever. We also get shown off that we can swap the head, and of course we knew that. They also showed us the Scorpion, the text. The red text down there said the colors are not final. So anytime that showed up, it was in relation to one of these weapons, and I believe it was the drill, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe the drill's the only one that, you know, the purple around the drill that has the wrong color, or maybe it was, I know it was a hand item, I forget which one, but either way, we got a closer look at this, and it all built up. I mean, we got the individual stuff, but there are links in the description down below to the news as well, so you could go ahead and, you know, scroll through that if you are so inclined. Other things to talk about here, we've got the milk can, and, you know, we knew this. You can take out the metals, but it does look like a neat old metal pile that you could just have lying around for Unk to grab at. And also the instruction booklet. It doesn't say if that mounts anywhere, or like if they can hold it or anything. It just sort of exists. Also, about the mounting, they didn't really tell us about how these are all going to be mounted. They did say that they went back to the drawing board and had to redo, like, the capsules and stuff, because typically you'd be pegging these items into those ports. But they said there was something different about those and how they mount, but they didn't show it off. They didn't tell us anything new about it, which was really something I was looking forward to here, and sadly they didn't really say anything. But if you do look at the drill, you can notice there is a peg sticking out, where I believe you can take off the hand and plug it in to the hand hole instead of mounting it onto the capsule. So potentially they didn't use the capsules as places to mount, just, you know, they shifted it somewhere else. That's really all I can gather here, all I can glean off of these things. I assume that something similar is happening to the legs, where they're just pegging in, because there is a peg hole at the bottom of the feet. But yeah, for the rest of this stuff, I'm really not sure how this is all going to work out. But, you know, speculation, go ahead, do that in the comments. Yeah, this milk can, awesome. It goes well with your Proto Birth. Now, once again, these stickers are not final. I'm not going to give it crap, because there are some really, really bad sticker placements here. But Pre-production. Gotta keep reminding myself of that. But yeah, anyways, that's it for Birth. That's it for everything Shodo that happened this week. Sadly, not too much new stuff. It was really cool to get the Humagear things. It really sucks that there's no army builder pack to sort of make all this happen together. But yeah, anyways, guys, tell me in the comments down below what you thought about everything that they released this week. And hey, also, as well, if you can give, if you can help support, if you can lend your free time, there are links in the description to help out the Black Lives Matter movement. And yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Hope you're having a better day, and keep it juicy.